What's up, YouTube? Georgia Silver Hunter back, and today we're going to be covering some stuff that I've recently picked up from eBay, as well as some donations and a mail call that I actually got from one of my channel members quite some time ago, and I just haven't done a mail call in a couple of months, so I thought I would cover it here. So with that, let's jump into it. So we're going to go ahead and start with what you see in front of you, and it is what it is. We have a really nice Dansco piece dollar album that I picked up on eBay recently, and it is used, but in fantastic shape. We don't have any writing on it whatsoever, but I was able to pick this up on eBay for, it was $18 and I think like 50 cents. I've got it written down over here. Yeah, I got this for $18.50 on eBay. I've been watching these for some time. It did come with $6.72 in shipping and $1.51 in tax, which brought this entire album to $26.73. And for the condition it's in, I think it was a great buy. And if you've been watching the channel for some time, you know I did pick up a recent little bulk of piece dollars on Reddit, and I already had some piece dollars. So rather than store all those in tubes, I thought it was about time that we start ourselves an album. And I'll say something else that made this possible was some channel donations, and I want to make some quick call outs. So these 3 books were actually paid for through donations from channel members. So Timothy M., who's been a long-time channel member, he donated $50 the other day. So that was really, really appreciated, and this is something I wanted to add to the channel for some time, so that donation helped me do that, and I really wanted to say thank you for that donation because, like I said, usually these things go towards the channel and help me with better equipment, more collecting supplies, and it gives me more of an opportunity to make content for you guys. So thank you, Tim, so much. Obviously, I didn't spend all your donation on this book, but a good deal of it did go towards that. Now, down here, you will also find that we have the Morgan dollars from 1878 to 1890 and 1891 to 1921. These were also an eBay pickup, again, used, but in really, really nice shape. All of the plastic inserts are there. No writing on the book, no major dings or scuffs. I mean, we've got a little wear on the corners, but not so bad for a used album. The 1891 is in the same shape. Again, most of the ones I see on eBay that are used for a good deal end up with some sort of writing on them, or only the first page came with sort of the years on them and the rest were all scribbled in because they didn't buy the actual pages to go in the book. But again, I thought a really, really nice pickup. Now, both of these books came by the way of eBay. I did pay, if you guys are curious, I got the set for $64.95. with free shipping, and I was charged $3.90 tax. That works out to about $34.43 a piece. And the reason I'm telling you all that is I do complain about my local coin shop all the time. I did call them before I made these purchases, and my local coin shop was for new in the $49.95 range for each of these books, and used they were kind of in the high 30s to low 40s range. So I was able to do much better on eBay. I did spend several weeks kind of tracking these and finding out what they were typically going for, so I didn't just go jump in and buy the first one that came across my my little search. And I think if you guys are interested in picking up albums like these, just look for reputable sellers, you know, sellers that have more than 100 or 200 reviews, and make sure you do check out the pictures, because that was one thing I made sure I did for each and every one of these, because I didn't want to get books that I was disappointed in. Now, before the end of this video, I will be going through, just to show you guys, I have pulled all of my piece dollar tubes, my better Morgan tube, my Morgan tube here. I've got some loose ones left and right. I've got another tube of piece dollars over here. We will be, or I should say, I will be going through and cherry picking the nicest ones and filling in these albums. Now, they will still be very, very empty when I'm done, because I don't think I've got a huge variety of coins, but we have to start somewhere. So I'm excited to do that. So the other donation I want to call out came from Jeff. I'm not going to say his last name. He gave a $25 donation the other day, and he mainly did it to pick up a set of my 3D printed coin rollers, because that's what I've got on my website at gacoinsandcollectibles.com. But between Jeff's donation and Tim's donation, I was able to pretty much pick up these things almost completely on donations alone, which again, I am super, super thankful for. And I really, really appreciate you guys donating to the channel each and every month. And those individual PayPal donations really helped out. And if you're interested in donating to the channel, there is information on how to donate via PayPal or Cashapp in the description down below all of my videos. So make sure you check that out. And I think I also talk about it on my website. The last thing I want to point out was DJR. He sent me a note back in December. You can see how long I've had this note, and have not called him out on the channel for this just because I haven't done a mail call. But DJR was my very, very first channel member. We've been communicating a lot through email. Since he joined, it's got to be almost a year ago now, maybe 7-8 months ago. But I'll read this to you. It says, "Happy holidays. Thanks again for the great content in 23. Really enjoy the searches and the informative information and commiserating through email about the hobby." Because DJR is very quick to tell me, as I am in my videos, when he gets skunked. And he does a tremendous volume as well. So sometimes he'll do 6, 8, 10, 12 boxes and come up dry. And I think lately he's been on quite the silver streak based on email. So congrats to him. But at the end of the year, we were definitely commiserating about not finding any silver. So he said, "Feel free to add any of these coins to your collection or use for your giveaways. The 71D is one of the nicer ones I've found. Most seem to be worn, not worth much, but neat. The 282 no FGs are cool. One coin could use a dip, but both are in decent condition. Rattler PCGS coins are always interesting. These are probably undergraded by 1 point based on today's standards. Have a great 24 and keep the content coming." So DJR, I wanted to read this on the channel. I really appreciate you being a channel member and keeping up, being a little bit of a pen pal for me on email. I really, really appreciate it. So let's talk about the coins that he was referring to. So this is a 1941 MS64 Mercury dime. I looked the values up for these at some point when I first got them. I'll put something on the screen if you were able to get top dollar through PCGS, just to show you how generous of a donation these coins actually were. But this is a 10-cent piece professional coin grading service. So it's definitely one of the older holders, but I do want to get this up here so you guys can see it. But it is a gorgeous, gorgeous 1941 Mercury. And I will say, if you're new to coin collecting or coin roll hunting, it is really nice to get a few graded coins so you have something in real life that you can look at to compare your coins to. Now, I use PCGS's photo grading service all the time, but sometimes you just can't see in a photo what you can in real life. And I really appreciate having examples like this to draw from if I'm ever looking at grading coins. I actually did check this out to see if we had full bands, and we were really, really close, because if it had full bands, this would be something I might even consider cracking out and resubmitting. But again, really, really nice coin. Let me flip that over for you here just so you can see it. But I thought this was a great addition to the collection, and who knows, maybe one day I will give this away, but right now I'm just happy to hang on to it. The second graded coin that he sent was a 1938D MS63 Buffalo. Now, if you watch my recent nickel video, I did find a 1937 in fantastic condition, and I would say based on that, probably just as nice as this one here. So perhaps I did find myself a low mint state Buffalo nickel in circulation. But really, really nice Buffalo. I don't believe we have, we do have a mint mark on the back of this one. It looks like it is it even says on the front, 1938D. So give you a look there. You can see that mint mark down in the very bottom of the coin. But again, a beautiful, beautiful coin. And like the last one, I will put sort of the PCGS book value up here. I'm not interested in selling, but just to show off how generous of a donation that really was. Now, he did send along some other coins that I've gone ahead and flipped up. He mentioned them in his note. But here we've got ourselves a 19, and I'm going to turn this light off so we don't get quite the reflection. No, we kind of need it, don't we? This is a 1982 Philly, no FG, and hopefully you can see on the back here, even through the flip, we are definitely missing that FG completely, and this is a really, really nice coin. I would say this is a AU to maybe even low mint state 1982 Philly. Really, really pretty. We do have a little chatter on the cheek, so maybe that would drag down the grade just a little bit, but really, really nice. And here is the second 82 Philly. Again, just beautiful coin that GJR found in circulation. And again, you can see we are missing that no FG. So beautiful, beautiful coin. Now, for a lot of people, they don't find value in these. They don't like them. They don't hunt them. They don't care about them. And again, I'll look on eBay and post some values here. But if you can find a high quality variety or error, sometimes they can be worth a great deal of money. And even if this coin only ends up being worth $3 to $5 to $10, it was found for only 50 cents. So keep that in mind if you're coin roll hunting today, that sometimes it can be worth hunting for these rare varieties or errors. So that was the 282s. Here's the 71. And this guy was just gorgeous. And I can't remember, did he say if this had a variety on it or not? I'm going to turn on my scope and check real quick. But 71s, I do find a lot of really, really, really pretty ones. A lot of times they're heavily grease struck, but they come out really, really shiny and nice. Just an idea of the reverse. So even if this is just a regular 50-cent piece, it is just a beautiful coin. So if you are collecting, these are the kinds of coins you want to keep an eye out for. I'm not seeing any kind of variety on this one, but it is through the plastic. And I will post a correction if I am wrong. I'll double check it though. But again, a nice little addition to my collection. And the last one, now this was next to it. I can't recall if he sent this or not, but this is one of the formative years, 2009 pennies. Looks like it's a Philadelphia. And let me check. I think this is the double thumb or the double finger. No, it looks like it's just a really, really nice 2009 penny. I thought this one had the variety as well, but I was wrong. It's just a gorgeous 2009 penny, and if he found this in circulation, he did really, really well. So I'll show you the front again there. So again, just some donations from DJR that I was really happy to have. So real quick, I'm going to go off camera. We're going to fill in these books, and I'll give you guys a look-see at how they fill up based on what was in my tubes, and we'll call it a video. Well, as I said, I don't have a ton of each of these, but I thought I'd go ahead and sort them out and show them to you. Now, in a previous, I actually started to film a previous video on hunting these for VAMs, and I don't think I found any, so I ended up throwing the video away. So these are all just going to be, you know, our non-variety, non-VAM piece dollars. And up here, we've got all of our Denvers. So, and the ones that are on top will be the nicest. So this is a 22 Denver. We have a whole bunch of 22 Phillies. Now, I didn't put all of them up here, but that's probably the nicest one. And we did have 3 22 San Franciscos, and a couple of them aren't in great shape, so that's probably the nicest looking one. We also did have a 23 Denver, a handful of 23 Phillies. Again, that's probably the nicest one. And we did have 123 San Francisco. That could probably be dipped and cleaned up a little bit, but I'm just going to put it in as it is. We had 24s, nicest one, a couple of 25s, and 126. So as I get these plugged into the book, you'll see I have a lot of room to grow here, but it at least gets me started and gives me a goal to shoot for. And very quickly here completed our piece dollar book. And I'll do my best to not get too much glare on here for you, but there's our 22, there's our Denver. I won't even call them out. You guys can see them. We are missing that 24S, the 25S, and of course mine ended at 26. So we've got most of the first page filled in, and I'm pretty sure I have a 1921, but I might be thinking of Morgan, so I'm going to hunt around for that. That might be in a flip somewhere. So I might actually have one more spot filled than I know. So 3 spots in the front. And then, of course, we've got all of page 2, and I think page 3 is blank. So pretty cool. And we're going to move on to the Morgans. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get into the 1878 to 1890 book, and I have turned off one of my lights with the hope that we'll have a little less reflection, but you can see here we've got the 78S. Where's our next hole? We have the 79O, 79S, 80, 80O, 80S, and 81. So on the first page, we're doing quite good, only missing, I think, 4 or 5 coins. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 coins. Pretty good. On to page 2, we've got the, we're missing the 81cc, the 82cc, the 83cc. Now, those are all pretty high dollar coins. And if you do want to look at my coins in some detail by pausing, I do have some nicer ones, but I also have some that are not great. So keep in mind, I am not a huge Morgan collector, at least for grade. I buy these in bulk when I can find decent ones for a cheap price. I try to keep my average Morgan and piece dollars to somewhere between $25 and $28. And I think the only coin in here that I paid more than that for was for a BU one from APMEX. All the rest have been picked up for very, very cheap. But anyway, we got the 82, 83, so we're missing that 83cc, the 83S, and the 84. And then we're missing a bunch from the back half of this book. I did have one nicer looking 85, but it was obviously cleaned, so I kept the uncleaned one in here, even though it's a little more worn. And then on the very last page, we've only got two. We've got an 1889 and an 1889-0. The rest of the book, we've got quite a number of holes to fill. So, like I said just a second ago, whenever I can find these in bulk, if I can find some decent ones, we're going to work on filling in this book. And, you know, as I get upgrades, we'll upgrade the book as we find them. So, not as we find them, but as we purchase them. So, let's take a look now at the 1891 to the 1921 book. Now, this book is a little bit sadder, simply because most of my coins did go into that very first book. You can see here, obviously, we're missing that 91cc. As we come down here a little further, we've got nothing else on this first page, just those the 1891 and 1891-0. We've got the 1894-0. We've got ourselves an 1896. Moving on to page 3, very little in here as well, the 1900-0. And then on the last page, the only thing we have is a really, really nice 1921, a decent 1921D, and a really bad 1921S, but we've got all the holes filled. So this is exciting for me. This is something I wanted to add to the channel. And as I pick up Morgans, we'll revisit these books over time, and hopefully we'll see more and more of these holes get filled in. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit of a membership appreciation / donator thank you / mail call / piece and Morgan dollar fill / eBay purchase. But I wanted to share all this stuff with you guys because I was excited about it and I thought you might be too. If you have any questions about how I found these things on eBay, or if you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments down below or shoot me an email. I try to respond to most of my email in a fairly timely manner. With that, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a comment down below. If you're new to the channel and you like coin roll hunts, or you like coin collecting, or you like silver and gold bullion, make sure you click on that subscribe button and then click that little bell so you get notified each and every time I do release a new video. Special shout out to my channel members. Again, thank you for supporting the channel each and every month. I really appreciate it. With that, I'm going to put these away and actually get into a quarter hunt because being fresh back from vacation, I got a lot of content to make for you guys, and I do have a bunch of half dollars waiting for me at the bank, so we'll get to those later in the week. So with that, take care, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.